Welcome to another year at Rick Hansen. To start today, I would like to introduce the 2019-2020 administration team. I am Ms. White, your principal. Your three vice principals are Ms. Gill, looking after surname A to HA, Ms. Lloyd Henry, looking after surnames HB to N, and Ms. Vassal, looking after surnames O to Z. At this time, I would also like to introduce our two SRO officers, Constable Rob and Constable H. You will see them in the school most days, and they look forward to working with you. Our school was named after famous philanthropist and Paralympian Rick Hansen, who in 1985 embarked on a 26-month tour around the world in his wheelchair to raise money for spinal cord research. Behind a great man is our great motto, be the best that you can be. It is our hope that you will make the most of your time here and be successful at everything that you embark on, both at school and your life outside of school. Here at Rick Hansen, we practice the STORM philosophy of S for stewardship, which includes helping others and taking care of the environment. T for technology and using 21st century tools for success. O for opportunity by making the most of school and being engaged in learning. R for responsiveness by taking action to do the right thing when it is required. And M for metacurriculum by taking the time to learn about learning and to make the most of your studies here. It is our mission to prepare all learners who attend Rick Hansen to be thinking, caring, flexible individuals who can meet the challenges of the 21st century.
Self-respect. To have pride and confidence in oneself is a feeling that one is behaving with honor and dignity. At Rick Hansen, we believe that students and staff not only respect each other, but also themselves. We have a number of things we include in self-respect. First is clothing that promotes a safe, respectful, and inclusive learning and teaching environment. Inappropriate dress includes any clothing or personal possession that has representations and/or language that depict violence, profanity, discriminatory, hateful, or sexually explicit images or sentiments. In addition, dress or logos that demean or threaten an identifiable individual or group are prohibited. The second is student ID. All students at Rick Hansen must have a current 2019-2020 student ID. The student ID must be carried at all times and can be used to identify yourself to a staff member, sign out materials from the library, and purchase food and drink from the cafeteria. This would be done through the cashless school system. The third is a positive attitude of self-respect. All students are expected to have a positive attitude in representing Rick Hansen, both as a student in the building and in the community. This includes being respectful to staff and other students and committee members at all times. Self-respect. Your health equals our health. Rick Hansen Secondary School prides itself on being a smoke-free, drug-free, vape-free, and alcohol-free environment. Students who choose to vape or smoke cigarettes and are of legal age must do so off school property. Students found using, consuming, or being in possession of illegal drugs, alcohol, or vapes will be escorted to the main office and receive consequences. If you feel you or a friend has a substance abuse problem and you would like support, please come to the counseling department for support. Medical reporting. Families are reminded that they must report all medical concerns and conditions to the main office. Any changes to your medical condition must be updated as soon as possible so that we can support you to the best of our ability. A reminder to all students that the school is not allowed to administer prescription or over-the-counter drugs, including painkillers such as Tylenol or Advil. No cents. A reminder that Rick Hansen Secondary School is a cent-free school, and staff and students are asked not to wear such strong scents as perfume, cologne, body spray, etc. Students found to be spraying scents in the school or wearing overpowering scents will be directed to the main office and could be sent home. Our school, safe and respectful. Our school is a safe and respectful place. We are teaching students to identify bullying behavior and give them strategies to deal with and stop it from happening. Bullying is typically a form of repeated, persistent, and aggressive behavior redirected at an individual or individuals that is intended to cause or should be known to cause fear, stress, and or harm to another person's body, feelings, self-esteem, or reputation. Bullying occurs in a context where there is a real or perceived power imbalance. When someone experiences or observes bullying behavior, he or she is expected to report it to a teacher, TA, school administrator, or any other staff in the building immediately. Bullying behavior will be dealt with using a progressive discipline approach. Improper and intimidating behavior that affects the rights of students and staff to work in a safe, comfortable learning environment will not be tolerated. Physical, verbal, oral harassment through personal contact or written electronic media such as Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and Snapchat will not be tolerated. Harassment includes sexual or psychological abuse, bullying, initiation, gang or hate-related activities, or discrimination on the basis of race, faith, gender, socioeconomic status, ability, age, sexual orientation, or any other attribute. Racial discrimination includes insults, jokes, stereotyping, assault graffiti, name calling, and intimidation. Sexual harassment includes, but is not limited to, sexist jokes, comments or gestures, leering, offensive material, unwelcome sexual flirtations, advances or propositions, unwanted gifts, persistent unwanted contact or tension after the end of a consensual relationship, unwanted touching, verbal abuse or threats of a sexual nature, and sexual assault. This could also include homophobic comments.
Where can you be during the school day? A reminder that lunch periods are periods 3 and 4 only. Students that are on lunch may eat their lunch in the cafeteria, in the main atrium, or outside. Please remember to clean up after yourself and keep Rockhampton Secondary School a clean place for staff, students, and their community. Students that are on lunch are not allowed to be in the wings on the first floor, in the stairwells or staircases, or on the second and third floors. These areas are out of bounds as they are primarily academic areas. Each student at Rockhampton has access to a locker. This locker is provided to them by the school and are the possession of the Peel District School Board. Lockers may be used before and after school and during period changes. If you are in lunch, locker access is given during the last 5 minutes of the period. Change room lockers are for day use only, and locks will be periodically cut off if left overnight. The school day finishes at 3:05 p.m. If you're not involved in a supervised activity by a staff member after school, we ask that you vacate the building by 3:25 each day, as this allows custodial staff to clean the building and for the school to get ready for afternoon evening permits and school events. Where can you be? It is a privilege to drive a car and park it at Rockhampton Secondary School. Students are reminded that safe and responsible, respectful driving practices are expected at all times. If you are found not following direction, you will lose your privilege. Visitor parking is not an option for students. Please park your car in the main parking lot area at the front of the school.
To care for each other means that we stand up and support one another when we witness or learn about an interaction that isn't mutually respectful. If you're suspicious that someone is being hurt, report your concern. If you have a safety question, Kids Help Phone is available 24/7, or you can talk to an adult like a parent, teacher, counselor, or administrator. Caring about our school means that we pick up after ourselves. We don't leave garbage to pile up on tables, in the halls, or in rooms of our building, and we recycle what we can. It's a privilege to go to school where you're not only allowed but encouraged to bring your own electronic device and where Wi-Fi is available throughout the school. So make sure that you're using technology to support your academic goals and be responsible with it. Speaking of personal electronic devices, remember to always keep yours in a secure place, and that goes for all of the valuables you may need to leave unattended. The school does not take responsibility for any lost or stolen property, so be careful and lock up your stuff. As a member of the Rick Hansen community, please do not allow any non-Rick Hansen students on our property or in our building. This is considered trespassing. Likewise, do not go to any other schools during the school day. At Rick Hansen, we not only show respect for our own school and property, we also care about our neighborhood and community. It would be wonderful if all of our students walked or rode their bikes to school, but if you get dropped off and picked up in front of our building every day, please remember to meet your rides in the Kiss and Ride lane that loops the parking lot. Getting dropped off there before 8:15 in the morning and picked up there after 3:15 in the afternoon will help to keep this area safe for pedestrians. All students who follow the STORM philosophy are sure to have a smooth and worry-free experience at Rick Hansen. Just remember, show up, be respectful, and do your best. We all need to be mindful, however, that we are responsible for the things we say and do. The only person you can control is yourself. If you're concerned about your safety or someone else's, please make sure to report this to an adult in the building so appropriate actions and interventions can be taken. Don't be a bystander. Students who do not engage in upstanding behavior may find themselves a participant in the progressive discipline policy. Progressive discipline is a strategy that encourages students to learn from their past mistakes and to accept consequences for their own behavior with increasing consequences for subsequent discipline-related issues. In rare circumstances, students can be suspended from school for engaging in behaviors that are unacceptable. These circumstances can include committing robberies and theft, including taking items that aren't yours from change rooms or classrooms, and even instances of academic theft. Being under the influence of alcohol or drugs, bringing them to school, or giving them to others is not allowed. Bullying others at school or online, swearing at or threatening the safety of others in the school or online, or any other activities that can be viewed as interfering with another person's ability to feel safe at school is also not permitted. In even more rare circumstances, an expulsion from school will be considered when students bring any type of weapon to school. Even fake weapons intended as props in class presentations could result in consequences. If students use a weapon, commit a physical assault which requires the victim to seek medical treatment, commit sexual assault, or engage in the buying and selling of drugs or weapons, expulsion may be considered. However, if students focus on the positive and their academic success, this should be an amazing year. Success in school means showing up for all classes on time. Remember, show up, be responsible, and show initiative. In those rare circumstances where you must be absent because of illness or appointment, have your parents call in or bring in a note on the first day of your return. Make sure you approach your teachers to get an idea of what you've missed. Even better, make sure you have the contact information of someone in each of your classes, or you know where to look online, and be proactive about missed work. The next key to improve performance in school is to set academic goals for yourself. Look at how you did last year and find areas where you know you could improve. Decide on reachable goals for this semester to focus on your areas for improvement. Make a plan to achieve those goals. Write them down. Tell them to people to keep yourself accountable. Remember, our ultimate goal is to do it right the first time. One way to make sure you do it right the first time is to always engage in academic honesty. Do your own work. Credit others when you paraphrase or quote their work. Avoid cheating. Learning means demonstrating what you can do and working on getting better where you struggle. Good time management and study habits will help you avoid this trap. In planning ahead, please remember that final evaluations occur during the last few weeks of every semester, and these must be completed by all students under the direct supervision of a teacher. This year, final evaluations will occur during the last few weeks of January and the last few weeks in June. Avoid appointments and trips during this time except under the most dire or extenuating circumstances. Final evaluations cannot be rescheduled. So what's the best way to make sure you plan for success? Make sure to regularly check the school's website at peelschools.org, where you can find out about upcoming events. Refer to the student handbook and find newsletters and other information about things like course selections and diploma requirements. Also, you can follow us on Twitter at Rick Hansen PDSB. Make sure you find a healthy balance between life and school. Use class time wisely to minimize homework, free up time to get involved with clubs, teams, and sports, and make time for family and friends. Start working on collecting your 40 hours of volunteer work early so you can spread it out and not have to worry about it in the spring of the grade 12 year. Use opportunities to your advantage and be involved in the life of the school.
So to conclude, remember that in life, you get out what you put in. Put lots of effort in, and you will be rewarded with great things in return. Good luck, everyone, and remember, be the best that you can be.